Wind blowing on the rooftop. I wonder if this will get, VOD muted. Again, I remember, my Fate Stay Night playthrough, like literal wind blowing in the breeze or whatever. It was actually claimed by the Twitch bot system. I don't think it was claimed in the YouTube, but yeah, somebody just has a claim on sound effects. I don't know. Oh, it looks like we went on the rooftop. There's nobody here, though, seemingly. And what was that light? I don't know. Only the sound of powerful wind is there to greet us.
遅かったか。確かに何者かがいた痕跡はありますが、ここから足取りを探るのは不可能だ。
Bazett is looking down at the city from the edge of the roof. Something in mind already, I bet. Okay, blood and some sort of piece of scrap metal? I don't know. As for what I'm doing, I'm wiping off the traces of blood on the floor with my fleet. This is the highest place in Shinto. The mountain seems a little lower than usual. Had there been a ladder or stairs, you could probably reach it. Even though most of the humans are gone, the city lights are still on. I gaze at all the life below, covered in dazzling prosperity. Not that I'm bored. It would be no good to let myself be particularly impressed by anything. But for now, there's nothing wrong with this scenery.
Avenger.
Out of the blue, Bazett appears next to me.
なんだよ。何かいいものでも見つけたのか？
先ほどの怪物を何体か確認しました。この場所からなら、神都にいる使い魔は肉眼で発見できそうです。
Your eyes looking obsessive. Instead of enjoying the city's scenery, apparently she was glaring at the monsters wandering around Shinto.
それが何？ここで一晩中観察して使い魔の主人を探してみるとか？
現実的ではありませんね。あれは使い捨てのようだ。主人の元には戻りませんから、ここで監視したところで本拠地は割り出せない。
だろうな。無駄なことはしないに限る。マスターが賢明で助かった。けど、その物言いだと、あんたさ。
アベンジャー、私はあの怪物たちを一掃したい。そのために、あなたの力を貸しなさい。
I knew this was gonna happen. Ah, shit. How do you be such a goody two-shoes? This make me want to tear you apart.
一般人を巻き込むな。なんて命令に比べれば俺向きだけどな。いいのかよマスター。あんた聖杯戦争に勝つことが目的なんだろ。連中の主人が邪魔だってんならわかるけど、奴らが人間を殺して回ってるから一掃するなんてのは矛盾している。悪い子でいようと決めたのにいい子でもいたいなんて、そりゃ都合が良すぎるだろ。
Now then, I'm not trying to hide my hostility at all. It appears clear that we'll end up in a fight to the death soon enough, the way things are going. One arm behind my back, I materialized my favorite dagger. That prediction I made, about killing each other at least once, will become reality 10 minutes later. I made a good profit. My policy to wait for the opposition to come at me before I attack. It really is a pity, but we should do at least once.
あなたの言う通りだ。確かに人助けが目的ではありません。
Well, there's some hesitation. She wisely recognized it.
ですが、間違っていることは正したい。知った以上、私には見て見ぬふりはできません。
She spoke like she was trying to tell herself that.
それはどんな理由で？連中が人を殺すのがいけないってこと？それを見逃す自分がいけないってこと？それとも聖杯戦争より人助けの方が大切だってこと？
Well, I mean, Shirou would say that, actually. Now that you mention it, Mr. Avenger. Probably all of the above. That's why Bazett is confined by these contradictions. She thought she was right, she wouldn't look so pained, while trying to hold back her inner self that's contradictory for a magus.
正しいと思える行動に理由はありません。いえ、理由があってはいけないと思う。 それを正しいと感じたのなら。
The words of reason and gain should not be used as shields, is probably what she's trying to say.
うわ、独善だね。やばいぜ、その考え。
I mean, you're pretty fucked up too, Avenger, so I don't think you get to say that.
ええ、あなたに言われなくとも承知している。
At least you're self-aware. Had to get serious on me, didn't you? That's why she wants to believe to be the right way of life. On the other hand, the current Bazett Fraga McRemitz is as subordinate to the reason as the association. It'd be fine if she was tough enough to get a good balance between both, but...
まあ、ご立派な思想はいいけどさ。何もそこまで正義に付き合ってやることはないだろう。
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna, like, grow up and be a Seigi no Mikata and then turn tan and get white hair and slick it back.
ありゃ元から形のないものだ。どんなに求愛しても向こうから帰ってくるものはないよ。それよりさ、もっといい目を見せてくれる勢力と付き合った方が良くないか。
ですから私も魔術協会に所属している。私だって見返りは欲しい。それとは別にできる限り正しくありたいと思うだけです。
Why would someone want to live correctly? That said, when that person doesn't think he's living correctly. But he struggles to show that he's cleaning his sinful hide, even if only a little bit, by taking the right actions. Honestly.
生真面目なあんたらしい。要するに徳の高い人間になりたいんだ。
What a clumsy, miserable way of living this human has.
そうなのかもしれませんね。けれど私にはかなわない願いだ。私は壊すことでしか感謝されない人間です。人徳とは他人に親しまれる、他人に与えることができる人間が持ち得るもの。決して私に与えられるものではありません。
To contribute to society, to save people, that's what virtue is. All she can do is destroy. A person that's unable to fix cannot truly gain trust, is what her eyes tell me.
それは誤認だと思うけどね。
いいえ、私には資材を投げ打って貧窮の民を救うことも、新しい組織を作ることもできない。あくまで歯車の一つで、いつまでもちっぽけな一個人から抜け出せない。そんな人間に高い徳なんて得られるはずがないでしょう。
まさか。
I got seriously angry there. Not good. I'm actually getting into a serious conversation.
それだけは完璧に間違いだ。金で徳は買えん。徳ってのは魂の質だ。それは得るものじゃない。苦しみながら自分の中で培うものだろ。
It's the same for any human. No matter how insignificant, no matter how powerless, no matter how worthless. It's a function everyone has at birth. A radiance refined by the will to move forward. There's no line drawn between good and evil. It's only those that aim for their peak as living beings that the door to enlightenment opens for.
徳は自らの価値は外的評価によるものではないというのですか。
あ？いや、価値って話なら外的評価が全てだよ。そのための徳、そのための自己錬磨だ。せいぜい高値ふっかけて自分を自分以上に買ってくれるやつとくっつくためのパラメーターだよ。
Improvement of inner space is linked to the improvement in external space. The more vain and lonely someone is, the more they claim to be a good person, and feel ashamed about how pathetic that makes them. I'm so selfish trying to be good just so people won't hate me, they think. However,
それでいいじゃねえか。誰かに認められたいって気持ちはな、怒っていいことなんだよ。その気持ちがあるやつは同じようにきっと誰かを認めてやれる。あんたの方針が結局は自分のためだって言うんなら間違ってなんかいねえってこと。
That's where the good part of love, enjoying life with others, lies. Granted, she hasn't got to that point yet, and I doubt she'll ever realize it before she dies. Anyway, this woman's clumsy. But she's resourceful, so by some accident she wound up like this, seemingly able to accomplish anything. Bold yet pessimistic, self-reform that keeps putting you on detours. Knowing that you're wrong, screaming isn't a big deal, you struggle desperately towards a brighter path. That's the kind of human I offered a hand to.
そのあなたらしからぬ考説でしたが、結論として今後の方針に文句はないという解釈でいいのですか？
ああ、いいんじゃない？正義の味方ってのも。
正義の味方。
気持ちよさそうだし、たまには理不尽な死から人々を守るのも悪くない。
Just hearing hero of justice makes me want to vomit, but that's the best word for it.
意外ですね。正義なんて言葉、あなたが最も嫌うものだと感じていましたが。
嫌いだよ。けど、そういう方向性は好きなんだ。
は？
何? First off, it doesn't change what I do. We wander around the city at night, kill other masters, and kill those monsters. Only the priorities are now even. It's still right within my range. There's still plenty of life in Fuyuki. Until my master gets full, the cup isn't gonna run dry. Never attaining victory, the two of us, who know no death, will overcome only defeat.
そう。あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Alone, I count the ravaging winds. From this tower the closest to the heavens, lights of the city looks like fakes. The Holy Grail war will keep on going. The murders, my only amusement, will keep on going. Tomorrow will probably be defeated and revive yet again. Until the time comes, until Bazett decides to change her plan, I'll stick with her the time being. This place is far and deep. Or rather, this place is a far and deep, hollow sky. Anything is gained is all going to be an illusion in the end.
あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Having said that, my servant looked elsewhere. Okay, we're back to being Bazett. For whatever reason, his disposition changed. He ceased talking and is now quietly gazing at the nighttime scenery. Avenger. Servant Avenger. Okay, is that the card? You know, the card back? Though not among the servant classes, they say exceptions sometimes occur in the Holy Grail War. Avenger must be one of those. The notion of a heroic spirit, meaning vengeance, is a contradiction in itself, but the title of Angrimayu is an even bigger mystery. It is common among heroes to be recorded in history by the titles they gain later, and not by the names they were born with. The story that I told him of the hero of my homeland was also one of them. But the tone of the name Angrimayu is just too ominous. I must get his real name out of him one day for his sake, not that horrible one, but the name he was given at birth. Below, I see dark shadows wandering across the city. Even if the Kanna's ruin a far sight, all I can see from here is the general state of Shinto. Fuyuki is divided into two by the Mion River. To see what is going on in Miyama, which lies past the big bridge, I have no choice but to cross it myself. Those black monsters had to be hiding there. I wonder, what ritual are those monsters bound by? I've never seen that type of familiar even in the association. Mysteriously, they seem to be operating under orders, yet apparently possess no intelligence of their own. Their actual purpose is unclear. Combat ability is fairly high, like large hunting dogs or feral monkeys of amplified humanoid form. A human without combat experience would be killed immediately with no resistance. A human with 10 years or more of involvement in martial arts and sports could put up a fight for several seconds provided the conditions were favorable, or alternatively escape. However, there are many. In addition to that, their appearance is physiologically repulsive, with claws that stick out like blades and bark like a rough body. If attacked by several of them, a human would not survive without firearms. Also... Ah! Stop it! That scream is just too discomforting. A shrill voice that the ears can't withstand, totally different from the roar of a beast. Insects that swarm together in the shadows possess the vocal system. These are kinds of cries they would make, no doubt. He, Avenger, doesn't seem to mind those voices. In the last fight, he dealt with those monsters as if it was a simple work. But even then, his abilities are not something I would rate highly. His self-appointed title, the weakest servant, is correct. While it is correct, it would be no joke for any heroic spirit to have a hard time against this kind of small fry, wouldn't it?
詐欺じゃないだろう。初めっから最弱だって断ってんだから。
待って、あなた、私の考えが読めるの？
Wait, you were reading my narration? My monologue?
読めねえよ。そんな風な面してたから言っただけだ。ま、読めたらさぞ面白いだろうよ。
Okay.
あんたは中身と外見がちぐはぐだからな。
He laughs rudely. This man's crudeness does not suit me at all, and he's weak. He's all talk. Looks like I'm going to have to take the lead on the rematch with Saber. But he's not all bad. This servant excels at not dying. Yes. People die when they are killed, except in fact this entire like Holy Grail War of Bazett is entirely not that at all. People do not die when they are killed, actually. He's unkillable to begin with, as he would have simply revived after dying. That may have been the very reason for the composure that allowed him to become extremely good at fighting this defensively. In that last fight, I dealt with being surrounded by failing enemies one by one in a matter of seconds. He, however, had completely held them off while being surrounded until I ran to support him. His fighting style will not allow him to win, but it will not cause him to lose either. That I really don't want to admit it, but that is an outstandingly good match with my combat strategy. His stronger winds blows past me. From the corner of my eye, I see the flowing hair of the servant standing next to me. Oh, he somehow has a way longer hair. A primeval shaman enveloped by the winds of wilderness. I see a vision of a simple figure taking nature as it is, living and dying along with it.
Avenger, 今の。
そろそろ行こうぜ。連中がたむろしている場所は把握しただろ。あんなんでも生き物だからな。ばらせば気晴らしにはなってくれる。
It was only my imagination. Avenger was only looking for where the monsters are.
お、そうか。難しく考えることはなかったんだ。あんたも人が悪いぜマスター。結局さ、目につく敵は全て殺せってことじゃねえか。
Skillfully twirling his brutal knife, he hooks his lip upward as if truly having fun. As long as he can kill something living, he's happy. Whether human or animal, they were originally the same beast anyway. I glare at my servant.
ああ、間違い。人間は殺しません。やるのはマスターと怪物たちだけにするから、そう怖い顔しないでください。ああ、もうつまんねえの。うちのマスターは器量小せんだからさ。でかいのは胸だけかよ。
でかい胸。Still chattering, he disappears inside the building.
最低ですね。あれは何を言ってもあのままだ。
With a sigh, I leave the rooftop. Above me is the ominous moon. Below me is the depths of the city. I have disgust and distrust for the servant I'm fighting with. This Holy Grail war has given me nothing but cause for unease so far. Yet despite that, I'm becoming attached to that servant, if only slightly more than yesterday. The servant that was gazing at the city. Seeing his cold appearance, a contradictory thought crossed my mind for no apparent reason. That man is hopelessly evil. And yet, at the same time, could it be that he loves the human world just as much? Next, dialogue Mobius Link. Mobius? I think Mobius is like the idea is that it's like some sort of like kind of like I don't know. I'm like Mobius, the thing where it's kind of like an infinite loop. You know, it's like no matter where you go, you end up in the same place, right? Is that what Mobius is? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, we're back to being Shirou, I guess. So that was like a Bazett section, and now back to like fluffy slice of life. Back to the first October 8th. We'll talk to her, I guess. But let's see, is there anything else we can do? We go to the temple. We can't really do much there though. And talk to Tiger in the rear world, rear woods, I guess. I don't know why we would do that. Why would we go all the way here to talk to Taiga? That's kind of weird. But yeah, okay. I mean, sure, let's talk to Ilya. I don't know. I mean, I imagine we see all the scenes anyway, eventually. In our yard, we have a storehouse and a dojo. Maybe he's been there before Kiritsugu, or maybe he built it himself after taking over the place. Either way, you could say his hobbies were a little eccentric.
道場はともかく土蔵はな作り酒屋か質屋みたいだ
作り酒屋質屋
As I turn my head towards the owner of that voice, I see Ilya tilting her head with curiosity in her eyes.
質屋っていうのはプファンドハウスのことよね。
We found the house.
なあ俺はお世話になってないけどな商店街の裏路地の方に名物的な質屋があるって話だけど
I guess Pavana House is supposed to be like German, I guess, but I don't know if the Japanese voice actor pronounced it properly. I don't know.
知ってるわ。遠坂のお嬢さんが愛用してるって魚屋の店員が言ってたもの。
何
Tohsaka's going around to pawn shops? Could it be that she actually has to pinch every penny and pawn off her precious heirlooms just to sustain her daily...
そっちの方じゃないわ、シロー。リンの狙いは七流れの宝石なんでしょうね。流儀に反するけど、魔術の用途によっては前の持ち主が手放した古い宝石の方が効果があるし。
She's buying, not selling.
それは牛の国参りとかそういう類の用途だろうか
Ushi no koku mairi. Okay, interesting, I don't know, terms. Do these, I mean, it'd be nice to have like a dictionary, you know? I don't think there is. I don't know. I know in some visual novels, you know, when they localize certain phrases from Japanese to English, they do have like a, you know, I don't know, is it called like dictionary? I guess it's called dictionary. Like some sort of like a thing that explains what these are. Like, I don't know what that really means.
ご想像にお任せするわ。どうせなら非業の死を遂げた貴婦人の持ち物とか最高だけど。
That's scary. But I see. I did wonder just where she was stocking up all of those gems from time to time, but I never thought she'd even use pawn shops. I have a fear that even I'll be pawned off before long.
ねえねえ、ところでシロ、作り酒屋って何？
ああ酒造家のことだよアルコール製造業者
なるほど。バインケラーライやブレンネライのことね。この国ではライスアルコホールを作ってるんだよね。
I guess she's talking about Japanese sake. Rice alcohol makes me think of something like rice wine, grains of rice soaked in sochu or whatnot.
清酒だけじゃなくて焼酎とかもあるけど
蔵ってやっぱりそういうことに使うのね。
Unusually impressed, Ilya keeps nodding her head. Well, she does own a castle, so maybe the Einsburns.
イリアの城にもそういう蔵とか醸造所ってあるのか？
こっちのお城？あっちのお城？
This or that castle? Really, she speaks like the heiress of a true aristocrat.
こっちのお城は別荘だから地下にバインケラー、つまりはワインセラーがあるだけね。それも全然使ってないけど。
じゃあイリアのお国の方にはあるのか？
あそこはワインが作れるような気候じゃないから。でも蒸留所はあったわ。
へえウイスキーとか作ってたのか？
オードービーって意味なら正解かな。魔術用の素材は自前で調達するからアルコール類はどれだけあっても足りないんだし。
そうかそういう実験材料の工房だったのか。
I guess they use alcohol to preserve samples or maybe to make chemicals or something.
シロの蔵もお酒には関係ないわよね。
俺作れても酒は飲まないしあそこは物置だから。
シロの工房なんだよね。ねえお兄ちゃん。
The sudden change in the way of address surprises me. And that smiling face, I know I'll be unable to say no matter how naughty the request is.
お兄ちゃんの土蔵お邪魔していいかな。
いいけど面白いものないぞ。
いいのいいの。もうちょっとシローの工房を観察したかったからね。
どうぞ。ちょっと誇りっぽいけどな。
ありがとうシロー。
Seeing her so full of joy makes me happy as well. Although it isn't much, I'm glad my little workshop has pleased her. Alright. Again, hey, where she goes. Again, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's funny how like we went from like, you know, full on action scene, you know, and talking about like we died, we literally died and everything, got revived, you know, like this weird Holy Grail war time loop thing. But then we just go back to like, you know, talking with Ilya about alcohol. Amazing. She jumps inside. Her gaze stops at a heaping pile of junk in front of her.
これシローが全部集めてきたの？
半分俺、半分藤根ってところかな。関係ないものはもっぱら藤根。気がつくと増えてる。
大河だったらそういう習性があってもおかしくなさそうよね。うんうん。
She dives into the mountain of junk. I'm worried about the dust getting on her clothes.
いや、探検するなら軍手があるけど。
大丈夫よ。おお、これ何？シロー。
Yeah. Out comes a round object.
それは七輪だ。藤根、なんだってそんなもの。
七輪？コンロの仲間？
さあ、その中に練炭を入れて、上に網をかぶせて料理をする。にしても、練炭なんか持ってないぞ、俺。
She probably meant to grill some cuttlefish on it. Well, it's not broken, so we could use it now. It is fall, but I'd rather have some mackerel instead of cuttlefish.
いろいろある。
What are we looking for, like a gun? You know? I remember the Pharaoh, we were looking for a gun around here. Is she gonna find the gun? She puts down the stove and resumes her exploration. A hot water bottle, kotatsu heater, vacuum cleaner nozzle. Even I'm impressed by the variety.
これ全部直して使うの？
そうでもないけど、できる限り使い回したいと思ってる。
それにしても、これがシローの工房なのね。
She spins and looks around. Her face shows a complex expression of dissatisfaction, but at the same time she also seems unusually impressed.
なんだろう、この感じ。全然似てないのに、すごく似てる。これってもしかして。
イリア？なんかおかしなところがあるのか？
Is there?
知らないけど。ねえシロー、ここって何かあった？以前大きな魔術を使ったとか。
Well, I mean, we did summon Saber here.
いや、強化の鍛錬はしているけど、大きな魔術を使ったことなんてないぞ。
I asked if you, are you my master?
あると言ったら、そうだ、セイバーが出てきたのはここだったっけ？
セイバーの召喚場所だったんだ。なるほどね。確かにここでならセイバーを呼び出せるわ。召喚陣を刻んでから立てたのか、それとも人目につかないここを選んだのか。もう前回の召喚者しか知らないことでしょうけど。
Ilya almost sighs as she mutters all that in a low voice.
そんな昔話はどうでもいいわ。それより採点だけど、10点ってところかな。
10? 10 out of what?
いろいろ面白かったけど、 工房はもっとしっかりしなきゃダメよ。これじゃまるっきり物置じゃない。
面目ない。昔からの習慣か、なんとなく物置と鍛錬場所は同義な気がして。
やっぱりシローはシローよね。私が一肌脱がなきゃいけないのかしら。
というと、改造するとか？
そうよ。いろいろ物は運ぶけど、すぐに私の部屋くらいにはできるわ。
So she says, full of confidence. But like her room. You mean Ilya's room?
セラとリズを呼んで、ここを片付けて、内装を変えて。そうね、3日もあれば。
3 days? Well, I mean, we have 4 days until everything resets, so.
また、ここをあのお城の中みたいにされると、俺はすごく落ち着かない。
To have a Western-style room just in the stores of this purely Japanese residence would be nothing more than a joke. Opening the door to find the store's interior lined with carpet,
もちろんその辺は配慮するわよ。とにかく。
はい。
I instinctively lower my head as a reaction to Ilya's sudden didactic tone. Didactic tone.
シローも一人前になりたいと思ったら、まずその辺の形から整えるのも重要なの。工房は魔術師の基礎なんだから。
重ねて面目ございません。
それもこれもリンの仕込みが悪いのよ。まったく遠坂は放任主義というか、自主性を尊重しすぎというか。
Ilya is mad at Tohsaka's negligence, although Tohsaka certainly is my current teacher.
いや、それとこれは関係ないのでは。
ないわけないわよ。師匠は弟子の工房の作成の監視をしないと、どんな邪道に迷うか分かったものじゃないのに。
I have a bad feeling about this.
そうね。やっぱりシローは私が見てあげないと。
Oh, no, what do you mean by take care of me? Are you gonna...
リンなんかにお兄ちゃんは任せられないし。
Not again. Ilya, bad end. We get turned into like a hollow shell of our former selves. Again. A complacent smile, or maybe a smirk, or maybe an eternal devil's grin. A pair of crimson eyes slowly closes in. Oh no. A strong, musky scent permeates the dark storehouse. No! And then we die. A mirage slowly takes hold over my brain. I feel like a moth fixated on a light. I can move any part of my body, yet it feels as if I ruined something big if I move even a finger.
ねえ、シロー。
Oh no.
シローは私がちゃんと面倒を見て立派に育ててあげる。
イリア、落ち着け。それは。
お兄ちゃんこそちゃんと落ち着いて考えなきゃ。ほら。
Her eyes and lips were closer to mine. Her little body sitting on my lap feels light as a feather.
シロー、お兄ちゃんは私のこと嫌い？
So what's going on, Wise?
そんなことはないけど。
Oh no.
好きなら大切な私のものにしてあげる。セイバーのことも他の誰のことも考えられなくなるくらい極上のデザートにしてあげる。
Nyani. What was that? What was that actually? I think I saw... Was it the scene where... I remember when we were kidnapped, right? In the original Fate Stay Night. That was like deja vu. Suddenly the fog in my mind clears. Fool me once. The miserable experience from the first time that lets me turn the tables on her.
甘いぞ、イリア。いくら俺でも同じ手は食わない。
ね、シロー。って、
My free will that had been trapped in those red eyes
じゃ
returns.
あ逆に質問。俺が好きなら、イリアは俺のものになるか？よし、好きあり。
Hiya! Suplex! Suplex the little girl. I hug Ilya tightly. No, okay.
何するのシロ
何言って、猫みたいに気まぐれで人をおもちゃにしようとしたいたずら娘にお仕置きをしようかと。
いたずら娘じゃないし、猫なんかじゃないの。それにレディを担ぎ上げないでよ。
She hits my back a few times, but I don't care. Although the thought of surrendering to her truly did cross my mind once, I realized that Ilya is still a child and that would be illegal.
10年早い。
そんなの遅すぎ。だいたい10年も経ったらお兄ちゃんの方がイリアのものになりたくてたまらないようになってるんだから。
その時に同じこと言われたらまずいかもな。
見てなさいよシロ。リンはおろか、サクラなんか目じゃないほどムチムチのパツンパツンになるんだから。
Plump and full.
それはそれで何か寂しい。
I wish you would become a well-mannered lady. Wait, what the hell am I saying?
離せ！おらせ！シロのバカ！
Then throw her into the stratosphere. No. Okay.
お褒めに預かり強烈至極。よし、お茶にしよう。江戸前屋のどら焼きがあったし。
本当？ってそんなことじゃ懐中されないんだから。シロのバカバカバカ。
Okay. No mind control magic for you, little girl. Let's see. We can talk to Caster. Is that new or looks like a exclamation mark, but it doesn't say new, right? Yeah, usually it's new is like there's this we new. Yeah, walking on thin ice, Shirou. Oh, there's Lancer. I can talk to Lancer. Why not? Let's talk to Lancer. There's another topic to ask him. Yeah, okay. So what's he doing? What are you doing, buddy? The sky is clear. The autumn mood is covered up by the intense sunlight. The soft ocean breeze gently caresses my face. Only the screeching of seagulls breaks the peaceful silence of the docks. Without argument, this is the perfect location. Fuyuki Harbor seems like a place that would be favored by families or couples going out for a walk, and yet... Back with Lancer. With the arrival of this gangster-looking guy, it's transformed into an ominous place no one dares to approach.
けど、違和感ないよな、実際。
Yes, that's such a, I don't know, such a funny chin. I don't know, it's probably the way he's like, I don't know. It's just, he has a funny chin, I don't know. In fact, the army is not downright frightening. Like a swordsman naturally became one of his surroundings, is to be the skill of a pro. As a token of admiration, I'll get a can of coffee from the vending machine.
おい、釣れてる？
おう、ぼちぼちってとこだな。サバ山、黒第4、カワハギさんってところだ。
なんだそれ、節操ないな。
海だしな、種類が多いのは当たり前だ。ま、それにしてもちょいとばかり混ざりすぎだが、珍しいんだからいいんじゃねえの
？He sure doesn't seem to care. As I pass over the canned coffee, I sneak a peek at his fishing bucket. There is actually even more variety in the catch than Lancer said.
サバ多いね。
なんでか知らねえけど入れ食いでな。そうそう。ちょっと前まではタコが釣れた。
Is that a magic fishing rod? Well, maybe. He put like, magic runes on it. At this rate, this guy could rule the sushi world. Wait a moment. Looking carefully, there's a critical problem.
なんさ、一日中ここで釣りしてるんだろ？竿がけないのか？
As the name suggests, a fishing stand is something that supports the fishing rod. It's an indispensable piece of equipment for long fishing trips. Fishing rods are fairly heavy, and in some cases even a slight vibration will cause the fish to flee. If one is to fish using a rod for half a day or more, a stand is a necessity. Nani stando?
あったら便利だろうが、俺はいらねえ。竿と糸で海の様子を見るのが楽しいんだよ。いや、 当たりがでかければもっと楽しいんだけどな。
As Lancer keeps grumbling, his fishing rod remains motionless. Lancer's arm strength is simply astonishing. I mean, he is like supernatural, so. Not just the strength, but his machine-like precision and stamina as well.
言われてみればそうか。あんたが最近の道具に頼るわけないし。その竿はそこいらで拾ったのか。
おう、親切な兄ちゃんがいてな。
I can't believe Lancer also has a fang. Why is it all the... Everyone has a fang?
へっぴり腰を1日かけて直してやったらよ、お礼にって譲ってくれたのさ。なんでか次の日から顔見せなくなったけどな。
Lancer laughs out loud. Coach Lancer. That sounds more like extortion.
いやまあ、マトンとこの兄ちゃんなんだけどな。
Mato?
って信じかよ。
Man, no wonder he's always moping at the edge of the docks.
はあ、で、せっかくもらったんだからフル活用していると。それで毎日釣り三昧なのか。あんたがおとなしくしてる分には安心だけどさ、釣りってそんなに楽しいのか？
楽しさを伴った鍛錬ってとこか。こいつにはちょいと自信がある。こと釣りに関しちゃサーバント中最強の自負があるね。ギリシャの大英雄はともかく、どこぞのコピーバカや竿も持てねえ貧弱王子には入ってこれない男の世界だ。
Great hero of Greece. What would that be? Was it... I can't remember. Achilles? No, is that... I don't know. Bootlegger and Meager Prince. I feel like he's referring to, like, you know, other servants. Maybe people in Fate Go, maybe? I don't know. I just felt a crevice opening up. I sense an imminent storm approaching this small dock.
いいのかな、そんなこと言って。口は災いの元だぞ、ランサー。
Or maybe, well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's like... Bootlegger and Meager Prince... Do we know any princes? I mean, I'm thinking like, maybe he's referring to people that we know. And bootlegger, maybe like people staying at home doing nothing? I don't know who that referring to. Prince? Who's a prince? I mean, Saber is not prince. She's already a king, so... I'm just trying to think any royalty. I don't know, I can't think of him. Anyway.
陰口の報復があるってことか？んなもんお前が言いふらさねえ限り広まらねえよ。ま、広まったところでどうってことねえけどな。殺し合いがしたいなら受けて立つだけさ。
Actually, when I think about it, I forgot. When he's referring to the, what is it? Hero of Greece, that's it's Hercules, right? So that's Berserker. Actually, I forget Berserker is an actual like person and not a just monster. So I guess he's referring to Berserker there, but like who else? Can't remember. Bootlegger. I don't know. Oh, no intention to start a conflict, but willing to accept any challenge. Is that Lancer's attitude? Oh, fish. Lancer yanks up the rod.
サバか。
サバだな。
Abadana. Apparently unsatisfied with his catch, Lancer removes the hook and tosses the fish back in the ocean. Oh well. I guess macros are not all that great. Well, the conversation ends here. There's no place harder to cope with than a fishing ground with nothing to talk about.
邪魔して悪かった。引き続きサバを釣り上げてくれ。
おう、差し入れサンキューな。
I leave the docks behind. People, they can't understand each other if they don't communicate. To me, the dock is extremely boring, but it's Lance's favorite place to be. Docks as joyous as a summer day. I pray the tranquility won't be ruined by any senseless intruders. It's not as if the world will end in the fourth day or anything. Okay. And go for a walk again? Well, can we... I don't know. Are we gonna die again? I don't know. Let's see. We can go with Saber, though. That's new. Alright. Finally, we go with Saber. I mean, she mentioned that in the first place, to go with her. We've never done that until now. I'll go patrol of Saber. The situation around town isn't too urgent, but if I have to have nothing else to do, I should at least take a look around.
セイバー、ちょっといいか。街の見回りに行きたいんだけど。
はい、準備はできています。事態を究明するか、もうしばらく様子を見るか。あとはあなた次第です、シロ。
Saber replies immediately, as if having read my thoughts. I'm very thankful, but...
俺次第って言われてもな。巡回に行くからセイバーに声をかけたんであって、行く気がないならおとなしくしてるだろう。
Saber's reply was a little weird. I guess she noticed it herself as well, as she let out of surprise.
そうですね。シロが巡回に行くのならと同行を願ったのは私の方でした。シロの覚悟を試すつもりなどなかったのですが、自然に確認を取ってしまった。
She bows her head as an apology. I don't think that's necessary. I wasn't particularly motivated to go myself, but now that I got a push in the right direction, it's all good.
セイバーも平和ボケしたのかな。夏休みはこれといった事件もなかったし、少し気が緩んでたんじゃないか。
そのようなことはありません。私はあなたの剣だ。シロがまだ私を必要とする限り、決して不覚など取りません。
Saber's determination seems flawless. That's very reliable of her, however.
嬉しいけど、それって俺が半人前でいる限り気が休まらないってことだよな。はあ、セイバーにとっちゃ俺はまだ手のかかる弟子ってことなのか。
いえ、シロを責めているわけではなく、あくまで私の心構えを口にしただけであってですね。言葉にはしませんが、私はシロはよくやっていると。
Saber hastily corrects herself. Although I do want to talk more, if we make a noise in the corridor, we might attract an undesired third person.
いえ、むしろ日が経つごとに感謝の念が増す一方であって、と聞いているのですか、シロ。
悪いな、セイバー。その話はまた今度ゆっくり聞かせてくれ。
I cut the conversation short and grabbed Saber's hand, lewd. Before we get discovered by the other inhabitants, I hurriedly escape from the hallway. We do our best to sneak outside. The Emiya residence' surroundings are peaceful and quiet. Nothing's out of the ordinary.
さて、それじゃあ軽く街を見て回ろう。どこが怪しいのか、そもそも何がおかしいのかさえ不明だからな。要領を得ない巡回になるだろうけど。
That said, time to hit the road. But before that...
セイバ
ー。はい。何でしょう、シロ。
Full armor. Why is she so energetic and eager?
あのさ、街中で武装するのはどうかと思うぞ。
Why not?
まだ10時前だし、人に見られたらどうするんだ。やる気になるのは敵が出てきた時でいいじゃないか。
いいえ、敵が分かっていない状況だからこそ、防御だけでも万全を期しておくべきです。
You never know, it's gonna be a surprise attack.
シロ、人の目を気にするのは自分で自分の身を守れるようになってからにしてください。
I made her angry the first time in a while. I can't really agree not to care about how we look, but when it comes to battles, her intuitions are irrefutable. In other words, now that she's on high alert, this evening's stroll will not end as simply as that.
わかった。セイバーに任せる。けど、知ってる人が視界に入ったら即座に武装解除してくれよ。
はい。状況によりますが、可能な限り善処します。
Well, we probably need Saber for armor because... Well, actually we can't. I was thinking, can we go to the bridge where we got shot by Archer and everything? She protects us, but I guess not. I guess we'll go somewhere else. Well, we can... I don't know, we'll go backwards this time. Let's go to the south residential area this time. We'll probably not find much, I think. We go down the opposite side of the residential district from the Emiya household. From the entrance of the neighborhood to the hill that Tohsaka's house is on, There's nothing out of place.
唐突ですが、リンの家とさくらの家の違いをどう思いますか、シロ？
どう思うって、別に違いなんて考えたことないけど。なんだよセイバー、いきなり変なこと言い出して。ここまででおかしな点にでも気づいたのか？
Probably the biggest difference is that Sakura's house has a basement full of worms.
いえ、この巡回とは関係のない話なのです。前から疑問に思っていたのですが、本人たちの前では聞きづらいことなので。
聞きづらいことね。じゃあ魔術関連の質問か？
そういう話ではないような、あるような。つまりですね、リンの家とさくらの家ではどう見てもさくらの家の方が大きい。ですが、この土地の管理者は遠坂です。
Yes, just like silly music as we talk about houses.
領主たる者が進化の家より狭い住居に住んでいるのはどうかと思いまして。
Saber is not one to worry about money. Rather, she's the type that would prefer to be more fussy about money. But I think this is more the case of a former king having a particularly strict evaluation criteria for her colleagues. The person that governs a piece of land must have an appropriately furnished estate, is the way of a member of royalty would think. Moving on.
どうなのでしょう。肉親から搾取したくないというリンの気持ちはわかりますが、これも領主たる者の責務です。くだらぬ圧力を生む前に、遠坂邸を増築するか、魔党邸を没収するよう忠告すべきなのでしょうか。
Annex. Advice like that may well end up with a sister's quarrel that will leave the whole of Fuyuki in ruins. The scary thing is, Tohsaka will probably agree with Saber's point.
その忠告はやめてくれ。大体な、領主ったってあいつは影の領主だろ？あんまり目立っちゃまずいってことで、あえてささやかな生活をしていると見た。
言われてみればその通りだ。リンが普段から節制しているのは、遠坂の当主としての位を隠すためだったのですね。
Actually, more likely it was Kirei's fault. Again, because he purposely made Tohsaka Rin poor, I think.
そういうこと。だから間違っても遠坂に、リンはあえて貧窮にあえいでいるのですね、なんて言わないように。被害を受けるのは俺だから。
ええ。リンの友人として彼女の努力を見て見ぬふりをするとしましょう。
Tohsaka is blessed to have such an understanding ally. Of course, it's a misinterpretation, but it's all fine as long as the result is the same.
納得いったところで戻ろうか。こっちに異常はないだろう。
After a long detour, the moon marches on. Before it gets straight overhead, let's do what needs to be done. Okay. I was just like, nothing much there for the patrol. I guess about time to go back. It's not like we only have tonight. There's definitely time tomorrow too. And the day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that.
声をかけるから、その時はよろしくな、セイバー。
はい。シローが頼りにしてくれるのなら、喜んで。
The two of us return to the Emiya residence. It seems the end of the night has been postponed for a little longer. It's the second day! Wow! Hey, we talk Sakura and Saber. Just like here, but we can't do much there. Saber's the harbor as well. Okay. Well, we can talk to Sakura and Saber. Oh, yeah, we already, patrolled with Saber. Let's talk to Sakura this time. Well, it's not even lunch yet, and something smells great. I guess someone's making something?
香ばしい匂い。これは...
The smell of a cake or a pie being baked. In our house, only Sakura is good at pastry. I peek into the living room and kitchen, but no one's there. Ooh, spooky. It was a ghost cake after all. Does that mean that the smell is coming from Sakura's room?
Sakura, いるか?
はい、先輩。どうぞ。
シローですか?
No, Saber's in Sakura's room.
失礼しますと。あ、やっぱり。
I enter the room and nod. It smells good. There's a freshly baked pie and a fork on the desk. The fresh butter and wheat flour duo in the pie's fragrance simulates a pre-lunch stomach like nothing else.
シロ、シロに秘密にするつもりはなかったのですが、さくらに誘われまして、
How dare you? Give me the pie. No. Saber mumbles on an excuse, feeling guilty for munching on it all by herself. Yep, I can sure see the evidence.
いいよセイバー、食事を続けてくれ。で、そのパイはさくらが焼いたのか？
はい。秋の果物は柿もいいんですけど、やっぱり栗もいいですよね、先輩。
ああ、栗おこわとかな。となると、マロンパイ？
It's a small, neat one-person shape. While the whole big pie is also good, it's more elegant this way.
そうです。ちょっと頑張ってパイ生地からやってみました。
さくらが非常に大変そうだったので、私も手伝いをさせていただきました。
Saber making pastry. Now that sure is unusual.
そうなんです。やっぱりパイ生地は折りパイの方が格段に美味しいですから、手間がかかるんですよね。
ああいう折り重ねの連続であれば、私でもできます。
Certainly seems like endlessly folding that pie dough is pretty laborious. Frozen dough exists for a good reason. And speaking of pastries, I do, usually, like it's just a small thing, but usually I don't like to eat sweets, right? Sugary stuff is not really my favorite thing, but the exception is pastry. Pastry like pie, especially, I don't know. I feel like the best part of the pie is the crust, but maybe that's just me.
なかなか興味深い作業でした、シロ。
それで協力者のセイバーさんにまずお味見をしてもらうことになりました。
So that's why Saber's eating Sakura's room. A sampling that became an extra snack between meals.
二人の共同作ってことか。味の方はどうだ、セイバー？
はい。栗の甘さとパイ生地の歯ごたえ感が合わさって非常に。さくらの菓子作りの腕には脱帽です。
ありがとうございます。セイバーさんこそどうにいったパイ生地作りでした。
A royal title, I guess everyone just knows Saber's backstory now. The fact that she's King Arthur.
へえ。
Even Sakura. How do I say it? The atmosphere between these two is unusually friendly. They usually get along, but today the sweet atmosphere is not unlike some secret girls' tea party bond. Bond level 10. Amazing.
そうだ。セイバーさん、お国のケーキはどうだったんですか？やっぱり珍しいフルーツとか盛りだくさんなケーキだったんでしょうか？
残念ですが、私の時代は砂糖がほとんどなかった頃です。このような甘い菓子類はまだ発達していなかったかと。
Yes, I remember her tragic backstory and the reason why she loves Shiro's cooking so much and why she eats so much is the fact that apparently, I don't know if it's like true to real life, but apparently, during the time that I guess King Arthur supposedly was alive, there wasn't just like not good food, you know?
あ、そうなんですか。
共演では料理人たちが腕を振るってくれましたが。
When she talks about her country's food, Saber dulls in an indescribable way. However, England is the birthplace of afternoon tea. The rest of the cooking aside, shouldn't the snacks taste good even they're a bit simple?
そうなると、三辻先輩が焼くケーキみたいなのが主流だったんでしょうか？
何？待てさくら。三辻のやつケーキ焼くのか？
はい、差し入れで何度かいただきました。ベーキングパウダーを使うケーキとか得意なんですよ。
アメリカン。そうか。そういう大量生産なのは妙にうまいんだよな、あいつ。
I don't know what that means, but alright. Finding a breakthrough technique to improve a sketchy taste would certainly be Mitsuzuri's style. I want to see her try to make okonomiyaki one of these days. Okonomiyaki is like the pancake, right? Japanese pancakes?
新大陸の
I
ケー
think?
キです
Or
か？
maybe something else, I don't know.
質はともかく量というスタンスは他人の気がしませんね。
With a clink, Saber puts down her fork. The sampling of the maron pie, sampling of the pie seems to have probably come to a conclusion.
結構なお手前でした。これならばフルールの洋菓子にも引けは取らないかと。
お
Personally approved by the Saber, the picky gourmand herself, the Paris maron pie is said to be a big hit. Then one more thing.
なあさくら、マロンパイまだあるのかな。
はい、皆さんの分もちゃんと焼き上がってますから、お昼の後のデザートにしましょう。
よかった。食後のデザートは決まりだ。あとはこれに合う昼飯を考えないと。さすがにうどんの後にマロンパイっていうのも。
いえ、私は麺類の後でも問題はありませんが。
でしたらパスタですかね。缶詰のアンチョビとオリーブとお野菜もありますから。
よし、なら昼食は少なめでいこう。腹いっぱいになると二人の自信作を味わえなくなる。
大丈夫です先輩。甘いものは別腹ですから。
Ah, yes, of course. Saber nods vehemently in agreement. Such overwhelming persuasive power. Our females' formations really reliable at times like these.
OK。心持ち少なめってところに落とそう。さくらとセイバーはパイを作ってくれたんだから、昼飯は俺一人で用意するよ。二人はもうちょっとゆっくりしてること。
はい、お言葉に甘えます。
The two respond at once in harmony with each other. Nodding and smiling, I leave the room. But it really, I mean, when I think about it, it really is just, it's just Shirou and a bunch of girls, isn't it? Really is just harem time, or harem anime. Well then, let's go make some extra special tasty pasta to be worthy match for the maroon pie. Slice of life, harem. You know, if it wasn't for the weird time loop thing, and people dying, I guess, it really would just be a slice of life harem anime.